How's it going, Cafeteria Drops and Comics fans? Welcome back to another episode of Minute-ish Reviews. On today's episode, we're taking a look at one of my longtime favorite universes, the Spawn universe, and a new limited series they just launched called Monolith. Of course, this comic follows the exploits of the red behemoth of the same namesake. So, does this Spawn New You comic come out swinging? Or does it get crushed under the weight of Omega Spawn? Stay tuned to find out. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the narrative of Monolith, issue number 1 from Image Comics. So on writing duties for this limited series is Sean Lewis, who has a lot of experience writing Spawn comics. Recently, he's handled the workload of writing both King Spawn and the Scorch series for Image Comics. Up front, you can already tell from this fact alone that Lewis knows these characters inside and out, and knows how they should be treated from a narrative perspective. The story opens up in the year 3030 and is touted as the origin story for Monolith. Because of the time and dimensional travel conflicts that have cropped up recently in each Spawn title, this makes complete sense that it would be so far into the future. The setting of this series is within a prison colony in space that gives off Alien 3 vibes from the first page. Monolith seems to be looking for answers on how to get to Earth. And we also learn that in this dystopian future, the Spawns have failed to stop Armageddon. And as a result, everyone in the galaxy apparently hates any Spawn they come in contact with. Monolith ends up in this prison colony after his ship is pulled into it by a tractor beam. The colony also serves as a dead zone location, so it nullifies any Hellspawn's powers. So it's pretty rough for Monolith as he navigates this environment. Then we get the reveal that the warden of this nice vacation getaway spot is none other than Omega Spawn, a brute even bigger than Monolith and the self-proclaimed destroyer of worlds. Omega Spawn simply exists to reshape the universe in his own image, according to the comic, but also takes issue with Monolith's obsession with crushing alien heads since this issue opened. Of course, this is all leading up to the inevitable fight between Omega Spawn and Monolith. However, before that happens, Monolith has a vision of himself as a young boy. A boy in a land that is lush with vegetation and butterflies. His young self hugs his current self, and in brutal fashion, he proceeds to rip the head off the personification of his former self. If that makes any sense. I mean, the flashback is interesting, but it's really jarring because of the location swap and the color swap as well. Then, a battle ensues that proves that Monolith might not be as strong as he thinks he is. He gives Omega Spawn everything he has, only to get beat up badly. Even after stealing Omega Spawn's sword and stabbing him with it, Monolith does not gain the upper hand. In fact, the battle only comes to an end when Gaia, or Mother Nature, intercedes because Omega Spawn and Monolith apparently only serve to grow their egos. Whatever that means. She then tasks Monolith with deciding which side of this battle he's going to be on. Will Monolith embrace the darkness or find another cause to fight for? I guess we'll have to wait until issue 2 to find out. Overall, this issue has the basic pieces in place to have a complete narrative, but doesn't do much aside from establishing the setting and that Omega Spawn and Monolith hate each other. There really is no characterization or character development at all within this issue. So if you're looking for a new look at Monolith as a piece in the overall Spawn universe puzzle, I don't think you're going to find it here. Maybe we will see more in future issues from this limited series. Aside from all the action, the flashback featuring Monolith's younger self is a standout scene of this issue. Again, the narrative is alright, but doesn't do anything that hasn't been done before in a Spawn comic. Alright, now let's take a look at the visuals of Monolith, issue number 1 from Image Comics. On pencils and inks in this issue is Valerio Giangiordano, and on colors is Ulysses Areola. The strongest aspect of this issue is most definitely the visuals. Valerio's art is highly detailed and almost menacing in its style. The gritty locations we visit are drawn with skill and show off the prowess of the artist's creativity and dedication to Gothic visuals. Even the flashback sequence with Monolith and his younger self is drawn to maximize its visual impact. The characters also look amazing and are drawn with a level of detail that you don't see in most comics. The standouts here, of course, are Monolith and Omega Spawn. Monolith's skull-ridden, hulking body gives little doubt as to his purpose as a killing machine, and Omega Spawn certainly looks like the destroyer of worlds with his lion mane, massive horns, and Hellspawn symbiote. Also, the framing of the action in the panels is top-notch, with a variety of shots being used to again maximize the visual impact of the book. We get establishing shots, close-ups, and everything in between with this issue, and it only serves to make this comic that much more expertly crafted. One page that stands out to me is the one where Omega Spawn towers over Monolith to highlight the contrast and scale between the two characters. It's just awesome. And I'm happy to say that Areola's colors are just as good. The gray drabness of the prison colony is offset by the colorful and interesting lighting that is rendered within each panel. The contrast between the character designs and their surroundings also are a highlight of this issue. Overall, the colors complement the pencils nicely to create a visually engaging issue that is perfect in its execution. And lastly, just like every other Spawn title, the trade dress consisting of a cardstock cover and thick glossy pages make this feel like a premium release. Whoever at Image decided to start this and continue this trend, if you're watching this video, please continue to do this. Collectors really appreciate the extra effort here. Alright, let's sum up my thoughts on Monolith, issue number 1 from Image Comics. The positives of this issue certainly outweigh any negatives. The issue is action-packed. Monolith fights Omega Spawn, and who doesn't want to see that? The visuals are top-notch with both artwork and colors, and the trade dress is awesome. The cons of this issue are the story is simplistic and the characters are not overly dynamic. But what did you expect from a Spawn slugfest anyways? Ultimately, I enjoyed Monolith issue number 1, and you should definitely check it out. So that wraps up my review of Monolith issue number 1 from Image Comics. Be on the lookout for more Spawn-related videos every week as we continue to dive deeper into this new Spawn universe. Of course, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more comic goodness from Cafeteria Drops, and comment down below what you think of Monolith's first solo outing. Check your pull lists, and I'll see you next time.